is there any better place to be on a nice, beautiful evening in North Dakota than at a Trump rally, right? We're having a good time.
Hey everybody, I'm Lara Trump coming to you from Trump Tower in New York City. If you want proof that Americans are benefiting from the Trump agenda, the Trump rally in Fargo, North Dakota delivered clear evidence. Joining me to review the rally and President Trump's comments in Fargo, North Dakota is 2016 Trump campaign senior advisor David Urban. David, thanks for joining us. It's great to see you again.
Hey, Laura. Hey, thanks for having me, and glad to be here. Listen, I'll just say about that rally, the president's question, is there any place better to be than North Dakota? I'd say, sure, Pennsylvania, Laura, Pennsylvania.
Well, you were the lead of Pennsylvania in 2016, so I would guess that would be your answer there. But let's talk about the rally last night. Here's what the president had to say about the booming economy.
And you don't hear this from the fake news. We've created 3.4 million new jobs since Election Day. 3.4. Unemployment, think of this one. Unemployment claims are at a 45-year low.
All right, David, what do you think is the best yet to come for the Trump economy?
Yeah, look, Laura, it is great. The president is crushing it on the economy. It's no small miracle that those numbers, right, correlate with an all-time high in consumer confidence. All-time high. This president has done an incredible job in unleashing the American economy by cutting regulation, cutting taxes, and enabling people to get back to work in America to keep doing what it does great and producing things and turning around the economy, which was very stagnant. You know, people talking the Obama administration, there's recovery. It was very flat. This president has really juiced it, and the best is yet to come. The president's position on aluminum and steel and with some of our trading partners, the economy is going to take a boom from that as companies start to relocate their factories and production in America. So, yeah, I believe the best is yet to come in this presidency.
Well, as a citizen, before he ever got into politics, Donald Trump always wanted what was best for the American people, for the American worker. He wanted to see things manufactured here again. David, you know, he talked about it all the time on the campaign trail. So it's no surprise to me that this was one of the first things that he wanted to tackle in office. And by the way, who better to do it? Who better to ramp up our economy than a businessman who made millions and millions of dollars his whole life, Donald Trump, right? It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
It should not be a surprise. And look, the people here in Washington, the establishment Republicans, the Democrats, their heads are exploding. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. The guy is just crushing it. The New York Times of all publications had to trumpet the success of this strong economy in a headline. I couldn't believe it when I read it.
Well, we know that was very hard for them, but at some point they had to tell the truth.
I'm sure their hands were shaking. Yeah.
I know. The fake news media at some points has to tell the truth. We know that. Now, this has been a huge week for the president. There was clearly a lot of support at the rally for the president's travel ban.
Of the travel ban, a common sense policy to improve our vetting and our national security. And I'm proud to report that just yesterday, the Supreme Court upheld the travel ban and our authority to keep America safe.
David, what's your reaction to that?
Listen, this president has been saying it all along on the campaign trail. His number one priority is America, right? He wants to make America strong, make America great, and make America safe. And by doing the travel ban, you know, people say this is a Muslim ban. It's complete BS. This targets only countries that have really, really weak screening, very porous screening for allowing folks into this country, and it really only affects a small percentage of the Muslim population worldwide. Right. This president's looking out for Americans. He's keeping Americans safe. That's his number one job, and people should be proud of it. And he's doing a great job on it, and it's a great thing the Supreme Court finally recognized.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. It's not a Muslim ban. Otherwise, he would have had to add about 40 more countries onto that list, right? And
Laura, just no small fine point here, but there are roughly 50 Muslim countries in the world. This affects 5.
Right.
It affects 140 million Muslims out of about 1.6 billion Muslims. There's still 1.6 billion Muslims that are free to travel to the United States. About 95% of the Muslim world could still come here unfettered. So any sense that this is a Muslim ban is just pure Democratic posturing. It is not in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it is something that they like to do to change the narrative and get their nonsense talking points out there. So it's not surprising to us. David, something else this week that we've heard a lot about is illegal immigration. President Trump also at the rally discussed illegal immigration and reminded rallygoers that the wall is being built right now.
We're going to get that wall built. We've already started it. $1.6 billion. We're getting the wall built. It's already begun, and it's beautiful.
I mean, David, aren't Democrats totally out of touch with middle America on illegal immigration?
Absolutely, Laura. Listen, I was in Pennsylvania earlier in the week talking to voters, and, this is a country built on immigration. But you know how they got here? They got here legally. They came here legally. They waited. They did what's legal. They waited their queue. They showed up at places they're supposed to show up. And so the fact that folks are flooding across our southern border illegally is just unacceptable. Just like the travel ban that was put in place. Border security is designed for one thing: to keep America safe.
Yeah.
And so it is not fair to criticize this administration for trying to have zero tolerance on illegal border crossings. The Democrats want porous, open borders, allowing people to flood in, and it's simply not good for America because of safety and a variety of other reasons. We're for fair trade and legal immigration. That's what we're for.
Absolutely. Now, I do want to discuss the midterms. Now, the president commented about our success in this week's primaries, as well as one of his critics.
Last night, we had a great evening because we watched that television and we were winning left and right. They didn't know what the hell happened. And one of my biggest critics, a slovenly man named Joe Crowley, got his ass kicked.
Do you think the Democrats are shocked that the GOP is turning to the president for his help in the midterms, David?
No, Laura, look, the president is wildly popular. The Democrats, they get this wrong. There are certain districts where the president's unpopular. Sure, that's true. But in the bulk of America, the president is wildly popular. This president's popularity is unprecedented. People love the guy. They love him, and it's important when he's out on the campaign trail. If he shows up for you, it matters.
Yeah, and I think what's really important, too, is that whenever the president goes out and he does talk about these midterm candidates, the people in those areas understand that these are candidates that are going to support the president's agenda if they are elected into office, which is so important for moving things forward in this country. If people are happy with what they've seen from President Trump so far, think about if we got a few more seats in the Senate. Think about what we could do with a few more seats in the Senate,
Absolutely.
keeping the majority in the House. It's so important to know that these people are going to vote alongside the president.
Right, absolutely, Laura. Voters, if there's anything they need to do and take away from anything you hear, it's like show up, turn out. We need that big turnout in the fall. We need the Trump folks to show up, turn out, and vote for these Republican candidates in the fall because it's, as you said, drastically important that we maintain a healthy majority in the House, that we up our numbers in the Senate. We stand very good chances of plussing up those numbers in the Senate and building a stronger majority in the House. Again, the Democrats, you can't win if you don't have a message. You can't simply win by attacking the president on a wide range of crazy issues. You have to put forth ideas. This president has put forth, radical ideas that are real, that people wanted to see for so long. And when he puts them forward, they're working. He's wildly successful, and people need to get on the boat, get on the bus with us. I mean, this is that the president is transforming not just the government, but our country.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, David, thanks for joining me to discuss the rally in
Thanks
Fargo. And thank you so much for all you do every single day to fight for the president.
Thanks for having me. We got to get him to Pennsylvania more, Laura. That's what we got to get.
We will. Don't worry.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining me also. The strong approval of President Trump's winning agenda was on full display at this week's Trump rally. And no, he's not tired of winning yet. That's the real news for today. I'm Laura Trump from Trump Tower in New York City. Goodbye, everybody.